Politics over the vandalism on Hindu temples in Andhra Pradesh has escalated. Well, facing attacks from the opposition over a spate of vandalism incidents involving temples, Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy laid the foundation stones for the reconstruction of 9 temples which were razed and destroyed by the previous Chandrababu Naidu-led TDP government in the state. The temple reconstruction will cost 3.79 crore rupees. Besides that, the state government has also allocated 77 crore rupees for other temple development works. But the BJP is not impressed. The Saffron Party has called it a cover-up attempted by the Jagan government. It has decided to intensify the agitation against Jagan's dispensation.
The BJP will mount statewide agitation very soon to highlight the anti-Hindu mindset of the YCP and the anti-Hindu mindset of the opposition TDP, which seems to be hand in glove with the YCP in Andhra Pradesh. To weaken BJP, they're actually attacking the temples and the idols of the Hindu deities and Hindu gods.
Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy, even after more than 140 incidents, without arresting the people who are behind these ghastly attacks on temples, today is trying to divert the attention of the people by laying foundation for rebuilding of a few temples. So this whole thing is a big drama. You first take action on people who are involved in these temple attacks. You start rebuilding, you start the construction of Lord Balaji temple in Amravati, which you have stopped. You start the Aarti program at Pavitra Sangamam in Vizianagaram. So until unless you take these kind of actions, people will not believe you, no matter how best you try to fool them.
Now let's take a look at Andhra Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy's temple reconstruction drive. The Chief Minister has laid the foundation stone for the reconstruction, like I said, of 9 temples. These are 9 temples in the Vijayawada area, which were actually demolished by the previous Telugu Desam Party regime under Chandrababu Naidu. Now the reconstruction of these temples is to cost 3.79 crore rupees. 77 crore rupees is allocated for the Kanaka Durga temple work. 23.6 crore rupees to be spent on Durga Temple's Tonsuring Hall, 8.5 crore rupees to build Durga Temple's Prasadam Potu, and Andhra government is to spend about 6.5 crore rupees on repair works, 5.6 crore rupees for rebuilding the Maleswara Swami temple as well. So the politics now is over. The Jagan government seeming to conduct a little bit of damage control after a spate of incidents where there have been thefts, there have been idols vandalized and attacks on various temples across the state of Andhra Pradesh. Now, in a connected development in all of this, a fresh controversy has also erupted in the state over temple vandalism, with PV Sunil Kumar, who is the police officer heading the investigation into the Ramteertham temple vandalism incident, has sparked a major row over a speech that he had given some time back that's gone viral. Addressing an event, Sunil Kumar was caught on camera saying that the British introduced God to people like him who allegedly were not allowed to enter temples. The British built churches and it is because of them that their parents were educated. So now the allegation against the man heading the investigation into the temple vandalism in Ramteertham, a 300-year-old Ram temple in Vizianagaram in Andhra Pradesh, is that this officer is an evangelical Christian and someone who may be looking to convert. That is the insinuation from the opposition, who say that this is a Gita versus Bible war and that Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy is basically overseeing this kind of religious activity in the state of Andhra Pradesh. That is the allegation that the opposition is making against Jagan. Jagan has hit back in some ways today by inaugurating or laying the foundation for the reconstruction of at least 9 temples.
ఆ తర్వాత బ్రిటిష్ వారు వచ్చారు. వారు వచ్చి దేవుడు లేని మనకి ఒక దేవుడిని ఇచ్చారు. దేవాలయ ప్రవేశం లేని మన కోసం చర్చి కట్టారు. మీరందరికీ మా దేవుడు ఉన్నాడు రండి అన్నారు. ద్వారాలు తెరిచారు. ఆ బ్రిటిష్ వారి పుణ్యమాని మనందరికీ కూడా మన తాతలు తండ్రులు చదువుకోవటం జరిగింది. అక్షరం వచ్చింది. హాస్పిటల్స్ పెట్టారు.
Okay, joining me live now to debate this, we have with us Krishna Sagar Rao, spokesperson of the BJP, Ravi Chandra Reddy, national spokesperson of the YSR Congress, and Pattabhiram Komareddy of the Telugu Desam Party. Welcome to all of you. Mr. Ravi Chandra Reddy, since you are part of the ruling YSR CP, I'd like to come to you first. Your party and your government in Andhra Pradesh is still under attack on the temple issue. Jagan Mohan Reddy has, laid the foundation stones for the reconstruction of many temples. But the immediate question I want to ask you is on the head of the CID investigation into the vandalism at Ramteertham. There is a viral video that has gone out in which now the BJP and the TDP both say that this man is an evangelical Christian, and how can he lead this investigation?
All I want to specify.
Yes.
The investigation officer is not Mr. Sunil Kumar. I want to specify. The SIT has been constituted and SIT will be looking to this case. This will be, coming news will be telecasted. You can telecast in 9 o'clock prime news yourself. First of all, I want to say specifically, this is a sabotage of welfare schemes which the government of Andhra Pradesh implementing systematical welfare schemes. In 18 months of government period, ruling period, we have introduced so many welfare schemes directly through cash transfer in various names, 77,000 crore rupees directly transferred to poor people.
No, so you're saying that this is a diversion from that. Yes, we've heard you say that.
To sabotage these schemes, systematically they plan some scoop to vandalize these temples and create some disturbances. To create these disturbances,
I'll come to the issue of the foundation stones being laid for the other temples. But Mr. Komareddy, how would you respond to that? Let's take one issue at a time. On the issue of PV Sunil Kumar, the officer, and that video that's gone viral now, you've just got a rebuttal from the YSRCP saying that officer has nothing to do with the investigation.
See, Shiv, we've all heard that the government ordered a CID inquiry. Sunil Kumar is the head of the CID department. Now it is very strange to listen to Mr. Ravi Chandra Reddy saying that Sunil Kumar does not have anything to do with the inquiry. It is a CID inquiry which is going on. Sunil Kumar is the head of CID. So, I mean, the issue is very clear. No, one more point.
Check the update news. Check the update news. Be updated. Be updated.
See, there is no official announcement as far as I know. Even till today morning, it is a CID inquiry. So people across the state know that it is a CID inquiry. So, I mean, unless there is something official, we cannot, take it as quoted.
Okay, Mr. Ravi Chandra Reddy says wait for 9 p.m. for an update.
Spokesperson of this party.
Okay.
Sir, Mr. Shiv, I want to speak.
One second, Mr. Reddy, one second. Let me bring in Krishna Sagar Rao. We'll take this one issue at a time. Let's get this out. Mr. Krishna Sagar Rao, what do you think? The YSRCP says, see, I am not casting aspersions on any of the officers involved. Anybody can be part of an investigation. But since the opposition parties have said this is a Gita versus Bible issue, the TDP has called Jagan Mohan Reddy a Christian chief minister. Now you've got this video of PV Sunil Kumar that's gone viral and it is being used to suggest that this cannot be a fair inquiry. Krishna Sagar Rao, what would you say to the YSRCP that says he is not heading this investigation and he's not part of the investigation?
Shiv, at least till yesterday, at least even till today, it is not known that he is not the investigation officer. So he is the investigation officer. Maybe after the speech has gone viral, he is being removed and SIT is being initiated. But even otherwise, even if he is not an IO, he is an IPS officer supposed to be making that kind of statements. Is he directly? He is actually directly praising British Empire. He's saying British has given us a way. I mean, what is his business in being an evangelist? What is his business in trying to justify a new religion introduced in India? See, Bharatiya Janata Party also considers what YS Jagan has done today. He is only political posturing.
I'll come to that. I'll come to that bit second. Mr. Rao, I'll come to that bit second. That's going to be my second question. But let's settle each issue one at a time so we can get some clarity. Mr. Ravi Chandra Reddy, you're saying wait till 9 p.m. to get the latest news update. Don't be so mysterious, sir. Tell us what is it. Break the news here on 5 Live. Tell us, is he being removed? Is Mr. Sunil Kumar being removed?
Sir, we are not interested in allegations. We want to be very transparent and we want to be impartial.
Yes.
So we have constituted a sit. You will get updated news and you will get the GO copy as well. You can check it by prime time.
Okay.
And these gentlemen who are alleging a person to build their image to the benefit of their party and political aspirations, they want to make the mileage to get the people's attention towards their parties.
Sure.
They are not in favor of people. They are not favor of people.
Yeah,
They are
Krishna Sagar Rao,
by
Ravi Chandra Reddy of the YSRCP confirms that a special investigation team has been instituted.
Shiv, I have another news to break. Shiv, I have another news to
Shiv,
break.
Let
On
Mr. Rao,
five,
Mr. Komareddy, I'll come to you right after Krishna Sagar Rao.
Now, please inform my dear panelists not to speak over each other on Zoom. We'll get cut off.
Yeah.
See,
Please.
I am requesting Ravi to kindly tell me, Ravi Garu,
Sir.
that why should an IPS officer be talking about British government giving churches? Why should he be talking about how British Empire has saved the social fabric of this country?
But
Does he
Krishna
want
Sagar
to
Rao,
see
the implication here appears to be.
police
Let
service?
me-
No,
Let
has
me
the
answer
I
further.
want no.
Let
Let's
me
get this
answer
straight, Mr. Reddy, Ravi Garu. My question
me
to you
answer
is,
further.
my question to you is, has this viral video of PV Sunil Kumar embarrassed the government, and that's the reason why this SIT has been instituted? Are you admitting that?
It is not an embarrassment, but allegations are coming up.
Okay, so
we
that's
want
why.
to be more transparent. More transparent, we are going to follow the rule.
Okay.
And moreover, Krishna Sagar Rao is saying why a officer is preaching. So many MPs from BJP preaching so many religious issues. And so many officers in BJP ruling states doing the same. What action they have taken?
Okay.
Unnecessarily,
Please highlight.
don't make political mileage about the vandalism.
Okay.
About the temple
I'll come to the vandalism in a moment.
Mr.
Mr. Komareddy, one second, Krishna Sagar Rao, one second. Mr. Komareddy, an SIT, this is a story being confirmed here for the first time here on India
Shiv, I
Today.
need to answer,
That
Ravi.
PV Sunil Kumar, I'll give you a chance, Krishna Sagar Rao. Mr. Komareddy, the CID is out, an SIT is going to investigate it, and you have got a categorical confirmation here that the viral video of PV Sunil Kumar has resulted in this decision. Whether it is transparency or embarrassment, we can decide that. But are you satisfied that an SIT has been formed?
Shiv, at a time when we are celebrating 75 years of Indian independence, we find an IPS officer, an irresponsible IPS officer, praising the British rule. It is an embarrassment to the whole nation. It is not sufficient, that was just.
So you're saying it's a bigger issue than just the SCID temples issue. That's what you're saying.
At a time when we are celebrating 75 years of independence, how can an IPS officer make such an irresponsible statement? He should be suspended immediately.
Okay.
How can he praise the British government?
Sir,
He is,
let me come in.
I'll come to you. I'll come to you, Ravi,
making
sir.
such,
Wait.
he is
Just one second.
insulting. He is insulting our forefathers. He is insulting our forefathers who have fought for our independence.
I want to
Mr.
play out for
Jagan
our
Mohan
viewers
Reddy.
one more time what he has said. If you permit me, Mr. Rao, I'm coming to you. Let me just play out for our viewers once again, in case they missed the beginning of the show, what PV Sunil Kumar actually said. Listen into this speech. This is the video that's gone viral and resulted in the CID being kept aside and an SIT being instituted to investigate the temple vandalism issue. Take a look.
ఆ తర్వాత బ్రిటిష్ వారు వచ్చారు. వారు వచ్చి దేవుడు లేని మనకి ఒక దేవుడిని ఇచ్చారు, దేవాలయ ప్రవేశం లేని మన కోసం చర్చి కట్టారు, మీరందరికీ మా దేవుడు ఉన్నాడు రండి అన్నారు, ద్వారాలు తెరిచారు. ఆ బ్రిటిష్ వారి పుణ్యమాని మనందరికీ కూడా మన తాతలు తండ్రులు చదువుకోవటం జరిగింది, అక్షరం వచ్చింది, హాస్పిటల్స్ పెట్టారు.
Yes, Krishna Sagar Rao, you want to make the point on that?
Let me translate it for you, Shiv, and also for the audience of India Today.
Sir, I want
But
to
this
make a point,
IPS officer,
sir.
this IPS officer is saying that with the blessing of British, people who don't have God has got church. People who don't have health has got hospital. And because of them, people are educated. So this is what he's trying to preach. He's actually campaigning a divisive campaign of dividing Hinduism.
Okay.
And praising, basically he's considering some people as not Hindus who have no God. So British has given them a new God through church.
Okay.
So is it not divisive? Is it not?
So Ravichandran Reddy, the allegation is that this is an issue that goes beyond just the investigation into the temple attacks, but that this particular officer, action needs to be taken against him. For now, he is not investigating this issue. For now, he is not leading the investigation. He is not. The CID is not. There's an SIT there. But is any action going to be taken against him? Is the question.
Sir, we are going to be very transparent way. We are moving investigation to the seat, and the details will be coming to you.
No, because I'll tell you why, Mr. Reddy, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because you already have the TDP, calling Jagan Mohan Reddy a Christian chief minister. Now you have this Gita versus Bible issue. Now you have this IPS officer of your state being caught on camera, saying some controversial things about the British and Christianity.
Shiv, give me
in your effort to be transparent, the question now is this officer going to be acted against?
So definitely, if it is in need, we will. But I want to specify earlier days.
There is one more news to break.
I'll come to you. Let me finish.
Whenever I am coming in, this gentleman is coming in.
No. You speak. Nobody will speak over you. Speak.
So many in government, and this Band Sanjay Telangana BJP president told Bible versus Gita. Is it not condemnable? The religious Bible and Quran should be respected.
Okay.
Apart that, the Constitution of India should be respected. Earlier days, Jakir speech has been told as hate speech. Today we have to condemn this Bandi Sanjay speech. It has to be taken as a sumo from Supreme Court. It has to be treated. This is
point. Krishna Sagar Rao, you want to respond to that because they're saying that who are you to call them divisive when you're saying Gita versus Bible on this issue?
See, BJP is a matured national party. Let me be very categorical. We do not want to identify police officers or chief ministers on the basis of a religion. We will not do it. And if anybody has done it, it's wrong. I'm being very categorical about it. And we have a constitution which doesn't recognize religion or caste. But I'm asking, is what IPS officer Sunil Kumar done, or are you justifying it by pointing at somebody else? Is it a whataboutery? Is it all about what other people are doing? Or
there is a lot of whataboutery going on for sure. But I
have taken responsibility. I am saying anybody who identifies IPS officers or elected representatives or the chief minister.
Let's just move. Let's just move forward from the IPS officer Sunil Kumar issue because otherwise we'll go around in circles. Now Ravichandran Reddy of the ruling party in Andhra Pradesh has said action will be taken. You'll hear about it. We're going to be transparent.
I have one point to add.
No further. I have. Okay. You want to make a point on this? Then we'll close that issue and go to the next one. Yes, Mr. Kumar Reddy.
Point. See, there is one more news I want to break on 5 Live today. This same officer Sunil Kumar is going to be the future parliament candidate for Amalapuram constituency on YSRCP ticket. You mark my word, Shiv. He had already started holding meetings in Amalapuram constituency. So this is a shame. YSR party should feel ashamed of themselves to encourage such kind of officers.
Okay.
He is their future MP candidate.
Since that is a very specific allegation, Ravi ji, do you want to rebut that or confirm that?
Yes. Give me. So,
Okay, Ravi ji, we're having a small problem. We're having a small problem with the connection on your Skype connection. We're going to try and correct that because I do want to hear your answer. So I'm going to ask our tech team to try and fix that for a moment. But Mr. Kumar Reddy, I wanted to come to you with a different question. What we were talking about just before this was that these 9 temple reconstruction projects have been started by Jagan Mohan Reddy, the Chief Minister. These were all temples in the Vizianagaram area that were demolished by the earlier TDP government. How do you react to that? Is this damage control? Is this politics? Is this an attempt to try and, fend off the political atmosphere that he is destroying temples? how do you react? Because these were temples that were destroyed or demolished under your government.
Shiv, first of all, I would like to clarify one issue.
Yeah.
These temples are not destroyed or demolished. They were displaced because there is a flyover. There is a very important flyover called the Kanakadurga flyover, which was being built in Vijayawada. So as part of the construction of the flyover, few of the temples got displaced. It happens everywhere in the country. As part of developmental works, few of the temples or mosques or masjids get displaced and they'll get reconstructed.
Okay.
Even our government had promised that immediately after the construction of the flyover is over, we will rebuild those temples, and we've allocated funds also.
Okay.
So it is not something new that Mr. Jagan is doing. And the second thing is, a chief minister who had stopped the construction of Lord Balaji temple in Amaravati with a budget of 150 crores, he's talking about building temples. If he's so concerned about Hindus, ask him to restart the construction of the Balaji temple, which he had stopped in Amaravati.
Ravichandran Reddy, respond to that. Two things being said. That there is nothing great in the reconstruction of these temples because that is supposed to happen. And point number B on the Balaji temple in Amaravati.
Earlier, Krishna Pushkarams, river Krishna Pushkarams, 57 temples has been demolished abruptly overnight with bulldozers and porkliners. They have not been shifted. This is the truth they are hiding. Actually, they have not been shifted. The idols have been demolished, and the idols remained has been thrown away somewhere. And they insulted Hindu religion. And it is unfortunate that BJP is traveling and saying
this is a tutu meme between the TDP and the YSRCP, it looks like.
Now we are reconstructing. They have actually
which has destroyed 140 temples. He is talking about rebuilding temples. A party which has destroyed 140 temples.
Krishna Sagar Rao is sitting on the sidelines and smiling at this because you've got the YSRCP. Krishna Sagar Rao, you've got the YSRCP and the TDP pointing fingers at each other about the other destroying temples and who reconstructed which temple. But what is the BJP's view on this with Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy reconstructing these temples? What is going on? Is he nervous about the insinuations that have been cast on him by your party and the TDP, or is this just routine stuff?
See, Shiv, there is a misplaced notion in this country about how Bharatiya Janata Party is getting votes, and they are thinking it is only by appeasing to Hindus, but they are totally mistaken. We are a party with a singular agenda of development, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi is the man who's showing that in action. He's delivering. So YS Jagan, along with Chandrababu Naidu, are trying to be the champions of Hindus when nobody trusts they can be.
Okay.
Now, why did we raise the voice? Is we question the competence of this government to protect the interests of the majority along with the minority. If there is an attack on churches or if there is an attack on mosques, we would still raise that issue.
Okay.
But we will certainly raise the issue if majority individuals and Hindus are cornered in the name of secularism.
Okay.
But here, what is the business of the state government to rebuild a temple with the taxpayers' money? None of the BJP governments do that.
Okay.
You point one BJP government which will build a temple.
I have 20 seconds left. I'll give it to Mr. Ravichandran Reddy. You're going to give us an update by tonight, 9 p.m. There's going to be an update on this investigation, sir.
Shivji, I want to conclude.
Yes.
Give me a chance.
Yes, please do.
Sir, give me a chance. Earlier, Telugu Desam and BJP are alliance partners and NDA alliance partner. Now they are parted away. Again, Telugu Desam party want to come closer to BJP by destroying temples. It is a scoop to come together politically to attack YS Jagan.
This is interesting.
Jagan Mohan Reddy is implementing welfare schemes. So the people's attention should be diverted and the plan has to be sabotage welfare schemes. This is propaganda through yellow media. All Binami channels of Chandrababu Naidu are propagating these fiery speeches and fiery debates in name of fiery debates. They are spreading false propaganda through yellow media.
Okay.
They are managing all the TV channels in Andhra Pradesh.
People are throwing
I have to extend the debate by a few minutes just to get a response from the two parties who've been accused of kuchi-cooing and trying to come together through this temples issue. Mr. Komareddy, to you first. Is there some conspiracy of the TDP and BJP kissing and making up?
100%. 100% conspiracy. We are having
the conspiracy. See, Mr. Reddy,
we are having complete evidence. We are finding them.
The conspiracy
We are
is
going in
that the
inquiry.
YSR Congress party is trying to polarize votes by attacking temples, by hurting the sentiments
How
of
we can
Hindus.
polarize?
They are trying
Majority
to
Hindus, how
polarize
we can polarize?
one section of
This is
votes.
abrupt.
That is known to everyone.
This is,
Okay.
this
That is known to everyone.
abusing.
It is
This
an
is
open
abusing
secret.
majority,
That is the reason why people are throwing
Chandrababu
chappals at
Naidu
you.
is the main culprit.
That is the reason why people
Chandrababu
are
Naidu
throwing
is the
chappals
main
at you.
culprit.
We
To
want
join hands with the
want
BJP.
religious harmony.
He want BJP again
We
back
want
to his
religious
fold.
harmony.
Krishna Sagar Rao,
We
yeah,
want
okay.
religious
I'll close this issue with a last comment then from the BJP because, the TDP and the YSRCP are entrenched there. The BJP is looking to make inroads there. Is there any, I know you're not going to agree to it or confirm it, Mr. Rao, but is there anything to this? Because the last time we held a debate, you attacked the TDP. You said you had something to say about them as well. Is there some political merger going on? That's the allegation from the ruling party.
See, Shiv, I'm being very categorical that people vote with an aspiration of good governance. And good governance is also about providing safety to our citizens, no matter what their religion is, and to the place of worship also.
Okay.
Now, YSRCP, led by Jagan, has failed at that. Now, because he's a new CM, he can take some time and fix it. Ensure that there is law and order in the state, and ensure that all those culprits who have destroyed and desecrated be brought to book. But instead of doing that, he's now going back to what TDP is doing. He's trying to appease. Now, this is not going to work. This is not going to fix the problem. It is going to multiply it. Bharatiya Janata Party is about good governance and development, but we will stand up for anybody who gets exploited or whose interests are hurt.
We'll see what's going to be announced at 9 p.m. this evening. We've got a categorical assurance that there will be an update on the investigation, and that is what we are more interested in, the investigation itself, because the politics, the allegations, the war of words, as you have seen, will always continue. Ravichandra Reddy, Pattabhiram Komareddy and Krishna Sagar Rao, always a pleasure, gentlemen. Thank you for being with me here on 5 Live.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.